been a while since I have had a good sad tweet on here, and I was gifted this week with about 8 of them from the triple threat of Soulja Boy, T-Bar, and Randy Orton. What a triple threat. I haven't even thought of the name Soulja Boy in over a decade since Crank That came out, because that was playing in every club that I would walk into. I could vividly remember walking into Marquee on 10th Avenue in New York and hearing that song like it was yesterday. And I don't think I've ever heard another Soulja Boy song ever again. Last Sunday, he tweeted, "Rap game faker than WWE." And he used the F word. And if you ever want to get under a wrestler's skin, the easiest way to do that is to go ahead and use the F word. And that apparently upset T-Bar, who responded with, "Does the rap game take years off your life and leave you with countless injuries and debilitating pain? Oh well, maybe just stick to super soaking hose or whatever it is that you did 15 years ago." Actually, T-Bar, I would argue the rap game has taken years off of people's lives and left some of them with countless injuries. Quite a few of them. If only T-Bar got this upset with his own booking and spoke out about it on social media the way that he speaks out about rappers. He seems to get upset about a lot of things. I wish he would get more upset about what they're doing with him and his buddies. Randy Orton saw T-Bar's tweet at 2 o'clock in the morning. Never a good idea to start twittering at 2 o'clock in the morning. Nothing good ever comes out of it. He had some choice words for Soulja Boy himself. He worked his way right into the middle of all of this, and this is what Randy Orton had to say. "Fake, dare this prick to step up. He don't like movies? Consider us actors that do stunts without pads 200 days a year and don't bitch when we get surgically repaired and come right back. Consider us 100 times tougher than anyone you've come across. Ain't nothing but a bitch ass." Then he tagged Bad Bunny, and I'm thinking, oh God, here we go. He had to go and bring the bunny into this. He said Bad Bunny would beat the fuck out of you. Why? How? Because he's seen our world. He respects it and knows what it takes and finds himself lucky to be part of it. You want to talk fake? Pawn that cheap-ass chain and come work for it, you one-hit wonder-ass motherfucker. I want this Randy Orton cutting promos on The Fiend. How come I gotta watch these boring-ass Randy Orton promos every single week? And I gotta watch him choking and gagging on television. Why can't we get this Randy Orton on TV? You can just bleep it all out if you want, but this Randy Orton would be far more entertaining. Soulja Boy responded, "Do you know who the fuck I am? I'll bring the real to wrestling. Don't play with me, Randy Orton." Orton responded, "Crank That came out in 07. You had a hell of a year, serious money. Hats off to you, my dude. Here's the thing, though. I like rap. I'd bump that shit all day, whether it's Tuneshi, Meek, or Jay-Z. But you call what I do to survive fake? Fuck that. Come to my world and say that. Dare ya." TNA Soulja Boy replied, "If you mad because I spit facts, just say that. What you do is fake, and I stand on that. What I do is real. Come to your world, LOL. Come to Soulja World." And Orton had the last word, I think anyway. I haven't checked in the last few days if they've continued to go back and forth because I just don't care. I can't bring myself to do it. But Orton had the last word of this initial conversation from earlier in the week. "You spittin' facts. Seems like all you spittin' is the same mess that you rap about. Nut. Clear your throat, my dog, and be there. Enough talk. Back it up." The only nut here is me for reading through all of that. This is all T-Bag's fault. I blame him for this. What is it with these wrestlers today? Maybe The Undertaker was right. Maybe I had it all wrong when I talked about The Undertaker's comments about people being soft and all that kind of stuff. Maybe The Undertaker was right after all. If The Undertaker and all of the older guys popped off to every dipshit who used the F word at them and what they do, and I know sometimes it would upset them and they would... Look, if they were in a bar and somebody said that to them, they'd probably beat the fuck out of them. But if they popped off to every single little dipshit who had something to say and wanted to use that word just to get under their skin, they wouldn't have had any time left to actually go in the ring and wrestle. Why do they give these people attention? You just made me mention the name Soulja Boy on my show half a dozen times. And I'm ashamed that I did. But you wanted your sad tweet. There was nothing sadder this week than that. Randy Orton, T-Bar, and Soulja Boy in a three-way race to the bottom. We learned that the IWGP Heavyweight and Intercontinental Championships, currently held by Kota Ibushi, are being merged. This is what I feared. They are being merged into one new singular championship, I believe with a new physical belt, and that scares me even more. I think the IWGP Heavyweight title is the most beautiful belt in all of wrestling. And I'm worried. I'm a little worried at the thought that they would be doing anything to change it. Maybe the changes are minor. Maybe it looks even better. I don't know. Of all the titles, though, to fuck around with, that would not be one I would be messing around with. There is a new belt being created, and with it comes a brand new title lineage, ending the history of the first IWGP title at 34 years. Look, I am a fan of doing away with the double champion deal. I've made that very clear. They did not need to merge them. They did not need to merge them. I fall into the camp, as I know many people do, that you could have just separated them off, whether you wanted to just let Ibushi go ahead and defend them individually, which he said, you know, he would do interviews and say, oh, I'm willing to do that. Naito, I think, was willing to do the same thing. He wanted to. Or you could do a tournament, anything you wanted to do. Just to separate them, but not get rid of the Intercontinental title. I just think it's completely unnecessary to start a brand new lineage and junk the IC title, which was a big enough belt that at one point many years ago, it did headline one of the January 4th Tokyo Dome shows over the IWGP title. So I was very sad to hear that they're going to be merging them and doing away with the IC. We'll see what the new title looks like, but I kind of feared this was coming. There was a lot of talk about this for a while. At least we're done with the whole double champion thing. I just think that went on for far too long. It went on for far too long in WWE too. But I was very sad to learn that they had made the decision to merge them instead of just separating them. And I understand they have other titles. They have the Never title. They have the US title. Those don't have the same kind of cachet that the IC title had. You could junk one of those. Keep the IC and junk one of those.